Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, your place for news and gameplay. Some good, some bad, and let's be honest, likely some raging tilting. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell for notifications. Today's episode, taking a look at the dev stream that Pixonic held today, with some massive news, and pun intended, because let's just get right into it. They are introducing Titans. These are massive bots that completely overshadow any other bot in the game by size. And we're just going to look at it right now. We're going to go through everything that Pixonic says. I've done some little bit more digging. I found a little bit more information given that Pixonic hinted at a couple things. And so let's just get right into it. So first off here, Pixonic introduces Titans. You will now have 6 hanger slots. And I don't mean you actually get a 6 full set of hangers. I mean you get 1 additional slot to put a bot. So usually when you go into game now, you have 5 bots you can compete with. Now you will have a 6th slot to have a 6th bot. Now this slot can only house a Titan. You cannot put another bot in there. That 6th slot is only for a Titan. When it comes to a live server, you must be level 30 in order to obtain a Titan. However, when it does go live, all level 30 pilots will receive a free, say it with me, a free Titan. We don't have to buy it. You don't have to wait for special delivery crates. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You don't have to try to win it. You will get it automatically free in your account. Everybody will get the exact same free Titan with the exact same weapon setup. So you don't have to buy your Titan. You don't have to buy the weapons for it. It will already be there. However, as we get into a little bit further slides here, you'll see the one on the test server right now is called Arthur. And the one you'll get for free will not be Arthur. It will be a different Titan. So that being said, there are some questions that people have. So for instance, a Titan and its weapons can be upgraded. Just like you normally do, you need some resources and you can upgrade the weapon. There was no indication about how far you can upgrade it. Is it only a few levels, like maybe to like level 6, like modules currently are for the premium modules? Or can you do it to all the way to level 12? Or, God forbid, allow us to have Mark II level 12? I really hope it doesn't go that far. However, there is a change. Normally when you upgrade, you have to wait a certain amount of time for the upgrade to finish happening. For Titans and its weapons, you don't have to. The upgrades are instant. As long as you have the resources, you can instantly upgrade your weapons and upgrade your Titan. And the weapons are only for Titan. The other upgrades will remain unchanged. At least they didn't mention they're changing the mechanism for upgrading normal weapons and normal bots. One thing they didn't touch on, and I did try to ask this question in the stream, but there's so many people asking questions and putting comments in the chat that it was hard for them to keep up. There was no indication if modules can be equipped on these Titans. At least when you go into the skirmish mode, which I was in this afternoon a little bit, that you could actually feature the Titan, there was no module on there. So I'm hoping that there's no modules being allowed on the Titans, but we'll see. And speaking of things on the Titans, there are no pilots for the Titans. You cannot purchase pilots and put them on Titans and upgrade those pilots to get more skills for the Titans. The Titans are bare bones, that's what it is, and they had stated completely up front that their idea is you, the player, the commander, are the pilot. So there are no pilot skills and no other pilots associated with these Titans. If we go on the next page here, we're going to look at, you can have only 1 Titan in your hangar in the 6th slot at any one point in time. So you cannot be running, say, a full hangar of Titans. You can only get access to 1 single Titan in a match. The Titans can be deployed just the same as any other bot. You can deploy them on spawn points and beacons. But the caveat is you cannot start with a Titan. They will have some kind of a Titan bar or progress bar in the game that you have to fill up using normal gameplay before you can even be allowed to deploy a Titan. So things like capture beacons, doing kills, doing damage, etc. will all contribute to this progress bar. Once that progress bar is full, then you can deploy your Titan on the next time you want to drop a bot. Now, they didn't mention this, but my my wheel's kind of turning a little bit, and I can see as a side effect of all this, there is a chance this may limit players who tank. And I really hope so, because what Pixonic is saying is with this progress bar, you have to do a certain amount of gameplay and activity in order to drop a Titan. And most people, the main people who tank, no, not counting the ones who just go into a match, blow up a hellburner, and then they quit the match. The ones who go in like with, for instance, a full hanger of Cossacks, and they run through all 5 bots, and once their 5th bot is gone, they can leave the match without a penalty. Well, now if you do that and you just run your Cossacks, you're probably not going to obtain the progress you need to drop your Titan. And so that means you will actually have to sit there and finish your match staring at the screen, or take a penalty and leave, because you don't have the progress to actually drop your last bot because you've just gone through 5 Cossacks in a matter of 30 seconds. So I actually hope that's kind of I would say a feature of this. It's kind of indirectly nerfing people who try to tank. Now, that being said, if somebody can go in their hangar and just unassign a Titan from that slot, well, then that won't have any effect whatsoever. So we'll have to see if Pixonic makes it so you have to have a Titan in that slot and you can't remove it. But I can see it being a possible side effect if they do something like that to counteract people who try to tank. Now, I did an initial look at the test server, and you'll see some of my gameplay here after I talk about the Titans a little bit more, and they don't appear to be indestructible. My worry was they were just going to be this massive OP thing that nobody can kill, kind of like a boss bot. But, however, as long as you're careful and you pick your moments, they are able to be killed. And it's not like you need a Titan to go against a Titan. Sure, it helps a hell of a lot, but you don't need it in order to actually kill a Titan. You just have to be careful and pick your moments. Now, there will be 3 Titans initially when it's released, and I get that because they have these 3 confidential projects. They have Project Pendragon, they have Project Outlaw, and they have Project Baikal. I don't know the true pronunciation, but I think it's something like that. So one other thing they mentioned is some of the maps have to be modified in order to accommodate the size of the Titans. So that's probably why they've alluded to over the past 8 months thereabouts that there's going to be no new maps in the game and that they're redesigning the current maps that are currently in the game. And this is one of those reasons. I know they want to refresh the maps, some of the maps anyways, especially the older maps, but this is one of the reasons why they have to revisit the maps. Now, let's get into the specifics of the Titans. So first off, the one that is shown on the test server and that they talked about today was Project Pendragon. And this is actually a 4th bot in the Camelot pack. So many people who might know the story of King Arthur and Camelot knows that Arthur actually went by the name of Arthur Pendragon. So the project name is Pendragon, but the bot's name is actually Arthur. So we all in that pack, we already have Lancelot, Galahad, and Gareth. So Arthur is now the 4th one, and that's going to be the Titan. Its ability, it has 2. It has a physical shield that you can activate that essentially the 2 arms on it close in together and gives you a frontal shield. I don't know if it's a full shield that goes around the entire bot or if it's only affects the frontal portion. But the other ability is kind of, I don't know what it's actually called, but it's a stomp ability where if enemies are within a certain range and you stomp, it basically throws out a shockwave that damages enemies. And as for the weapons, all the Titans have a new level or new heavier type of a weapon. They were just calling them super heavy weapons. I don't know if there's going to be an actual term for it, but the Arthur Titan has 3 of them, and I don't know the actual names of it because it was only in the skirmish, so you couldn't see the details of the weapons and what they were named, but it appeared to have something similar to super heavy versions of 2 Avalanche and 1 Trident. Now, getting into kind of more speculation, but I've done a little bit of research, and I think this is fairly accurate. So we're going to look at Project Baikal, excuse my pronunciation. It's going to be the 4th bot in the Chinese Dragon Pack. And the reason I say this is because the other dragons are part of the Dragon Kings of the 4 Seas. 4 Seas, 4 dragons. First one we had was the Red Dragon, which was the Alcuin. The second one was it's actually called the Azure Dragon. Everybody's calling it the Green Dragon, but it's actually the Azure Dragon. It's called the Outlaw. We all know the White Dragon, which is the Aoshun, and there's a Black Dragon. And there are two names that I've dug up for this. It's either going to be called the Aoshun or the Aoming. Now, given that it's a Dragon Bot, it'll probably fly. But as of right now, I have no more information about its abilities or its weapons. But that'll be coming down the line, I'm sure. We'll get more information in time. And finally, the last one, Project Outlaw. It's going to be the fourth bot in what is some people call the Wild West pack. So right now we have Jesse James, so the bot's Jesse. We have Doc, which is after Doc Holliday. And we have Butch, which is after Butch Cassidy. Now, I wasn't able to figure out kind of a direct correlation between Jesse James, Doc Holliday, and Butch Cassidy, other than they're just well-known icons of the Wild West and Outlaws. So here are some other ones that it could possibly be named after. You could have Sundance Kid, because it's well known that one of Butch Cassidy's gangs, and it was well known that it was called Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. So it could be that, but it doesn't really make sense to me that it would be called Sundance, because really Butch Cassidy was the leader of that clan. So I can't see Sundance being a titan of that. It could be Wild Bill Hickok. He's actually also a well-known outlaw. However, he's not as well-known as the other two that's come up, which is Billy the Kid or Wyatt Earp. So if I had to put my money on something, I would say the Titan is either going to be called Billy after Billy Kid or Wyatt after Wyatt Earp. But again, no confirmation on this. There are also quite a few other outlaws in the Wild West history, but you would think that the Project Outlaw being a Titan should be a relatively, actually extremely well-known and popular and effective outlaw. There didn't really seem to be any correlation between Jesse, James, Doc, Holliday, and Butch Cassidy. Like, all three of them weren't in the same gang or anything like that. They were just outlaws in, whether the same period or slightly different time periods. So I wasn't able to really extrapolate what could be the true Titan or the true leader out of all of these outlaw bots. So my guess would be either representing Billy the Kid or Wyatt Earp. And again, like the Black Dragon that we've shown previously, we don't know its abilities and we don't know its weapons. So that being said, that's a long spiel. Let's just get right into some gameplay that I did on a test server and take a look at the Arthur Pendragon Titan. Alright, here we go. Finally found a battle. Let's see here. What is in the hangar? Nemesis, Bulwark, Spectre, Mender, and the Arthur. I don't want to start with the Arthur yet. Let's start with the Spectre. The reason being is when this hits a live server at some point, probably in December, you can't drop in with the Titans to start. You have to build up a progress bar. There's one thing they mentioned on the test server, not test server, in the dev stream. And you'll notice here, this is just, the infant look at the Arthur and the Titans. There is no progress bar here, so they just slotted it into the 5th slot. But I want to play it like I have to build up the progress bar for the Titan before I deploy it. I imagine most people, I think all 3 of these guys are back here, are in Arthurs. So they're in Titan, so I'm just going to jump up here. I'm in stealth. I don't think they have... I'm not sure if they have any modules or not. None of them seem to use Quantum Radar anyways, so we got at least a little bit of health off of them for a Spectre running the Hussars. That's not bad. I kind of almost expected these things to be indestructible beasts. But so far, see, I'm doing some damage to them, so it's not horrible. Of course, this is the first time this is on the test server. Like, this thing is subject to change. Let's just pew him a little bit. Let's use this other Arthur for cover. Look at me, I'm a little tiny Spectre. Oh, look at the size of that thing. Holy crap. And so he has 3 weapons, looks like, on top of it. Kind of cross between... No, I should be paying attention to what I'm doing here. Sorry. That Arthur distracted me. So I'm just going to try and pew him through here. He's got a physical shield, and it's not deployed to my side, so I can still hit him a little bit. Oh, look at him just waste my teammate there on the right. Wow. Okay, so I don't want to get hit by these rockets. Ooh. Oh, jeez, that hurts. Oh. Oh, holy crap. Okay. Note to self. Stay out of the line of fire with those things. Alright, so I have my nemesis here. Let's see what I can do. The two Arthurs on the right-hand side are pushing over here to our side. And there's the other Arthur. So we haven't even taken out one of their teammates yet. So he has his physical shield deployed. You can see that. I'm just hitting his shield. But I think, yeah, I can splash him anyways. But, geez, I didn't get much damage from the splash off this nemesis. Wow. Well, all three of them are pushing their home spawn. This is not looking good for my team. Just splash them away. If they get back to cover, yeah. Oh, damn, that hurt. Ouch. Jeez, it's even hard to use, cover for these things, especially those things seem to have some splash to them. I think they have like a super heavy version of an avalanche up on top of that. Just sit here, bide my time. I might be able to get one more chance to go out and use my built-in ability here. Okay, can I take this guy out with some splash? Come on, splash him, splash him, splash him. Come on. Oh, not quite. Not quite. Alright, let's just go down here. I probably won't get on this beacon before it turns, but that's okay. I'd like to... Oh, I think I got a beacon. Okay. So he's coming up again. He can shoot over top of that mountain. Okay, so he's got been taken care of. Okay, so there's an Outlaw looks like coming in. Yeah, I tried. I was too late to get my shield up. All right, let's go with Bulwark. Oh no, let's do this instead. I want to see if I can push them back a little. Okay, so it must be 500 meters range because I wasn't hitting him to start with. So these weapons have 500 meters range, just like the avalanche does. That middle one kind of looks like a souped-up trident. Not sure. So that Outlaw is trying to hit me with his built-in weapon there. See what the splash does to this guy. Not too bad. The Bulwark is actually... Holy crap. Okay, that wasn't me that hit him. Oh, it was Retribution. So I guess my teammate and Nemesis must have taken him out. So let's move down here. I'd like to use this shockwave ability, but I don't. I need somebody to get in close to use it. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, I'm just going to take him out before he even gets on the ground. I don't know if that shockwave ability works in the air or only for bots on the ground. That's the second skill. The first skill on the right-hand side is your shield. See right there, the shockwave ability. Any enemies within range of that shockwave gets damage taken. Holy crap, what the hell? Holy jeez. I didn't expect that. Wow, okay. I thought I had more health than that. I'd just be hit by one single volley of those hussars. Alright, so try to do what I can here with the Bulwark. I really wanted to stay in that bot longer, but we'll just see what we can do to try to win this match here if we can. We're just down to 2v2. I have one more bot left after this, and that's my Mender. So what's this? Okay, so that's the Nemesis right there. Okay, so he's using his ability. I'll throw up my shield here in a second. Come on, shield. Jeez, I kept hitting the stupid button. Okay, let's see if we can take out him first. Okay, we got him. Now, what's back there? Ah, crap. It's one on two. Yikes. So that's a Mender coming in on the left. And what's that? I think that's a Strider. Certainly dashing like a Strider. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a Strider. Okay, so... Holy crap. I was paying too much attention to the Strider. Alright, so 1 on 2, and all I have left is my Mender. Let's see what we can do. Why did he stop? He's not getting that beacon. Did he go AFK? I'll just pew him a little bit. I don't want to expose too much of myself. So lock him down. Alright, so I'm going to go after this Mender. I think he's AFK. So the Mender is the threat I need to take care of. So I'm trying to outweight him to use my ability. And I think he's doing the same thing. See, he's not using his ability, and I'm not using, and I know he has his ability ready. Okay, I'm going to have to use it here in a second. Okay, so we both use it at the same time. I'm holding off. Come on, take him out, take him out. Come on. Oh, this is going to be close. This is going to be close. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, die. Yes, there we go. Whew. Okay, so I think this guy's AFK. But I don't want to just rush out there and he's playing possum and then I get killed because this is my last bot. Let's just go out here. Come on, that's okay. Let's go back. He's not hitting me. He must be AFK. He must have disconnected or something. He's not hitting me. He's not moving. I'm just being cautious here. You just never know. Alright, I'm just going to let my weapons here recharge, and I'm just going to go out here and use my ability just in case. Now that I've got some health back, and I'll just take him out, and it should be game. I don't think he has any more bots. There we go. Double kill. Well, not the greatest performance on my part from the Arthur, the Titan there, but it was my first time running it, so I'll probably do some more tests here on the test server, but this was my very first game, and I wanted to bring it to you kind of live, so to speak, as to how I felt in my current gameplay. So let's look at the tail of tapes here, and I'll give you my thoughts as they are right now. So, let's see here. 1.1 million damage, 5 kills, top place on the blue team. So, the Titan, it's interesting. I'm definitely going to need to use it a lot more and see what brings with the other Titans, because I know there's at least 2 other Titans coming down. At least they're not indestructible. That was my main fear, is that there would be these massive bots that takes an entire team to take one of them down, and with the firepower to match it, and then they could just wipe out the entire team. And then you end up having a whole team of these Titans coming at you. I don't know. I kind of like the concept, but it really, really has to be balanced well. It can't be such an OP thing that it turns the tide of the battle so much that there's nothing you can do about it. This is one of the reasons why probably the good thing about you have this progress bar. But the unfortunate thing is, if you happen to have a really skilled player with really high-end damage bots like Mark II level 12, and you're, say, in Expert League, and they're on the enemy team, they could, in theory, get a lot more damage more quickly and then drop their Titan first. And probably the team that drops their Titan first will have a significant advantage over the team that doesn't. And given that you can put a Titan in a 6th slot, I'm now curious about FFA. Will they allow you to drop your Titan in FFA? That's another interesting concept. I don't know if that would be a good or a bad thing. And no, you can't really test FFA on the test server unless they specifically enable it. I've never seen FFA on the test server. So that's another interesting thought. But we're just at the infancy here. And there's going to be so many more test weekends with these things. This is only the first bot. And from what I heard in the dev stream, just before I got on here, they were saying they just enabled it today. So there's lots of things that's not even in there, like for instance the progress bar, and you're supposedly being able to choose different weapons and things for it, but there's only the one bot and the one set of weapons in the skirmish here. You can't even essentially get it out of the office and put it in your hangar to see and the details and everything of it. It's only in the skirmish. So there's going to be plenty more to come. I'm going to reserve my feedback for after I test it a little bit more and have more weekends on it and see how it progresses. But anyways, that's it for the Titan portion of this test server. The next portion is dealing with the shield breaker. They put it in here again, and I might have a separate video here on that. I will take a look at that maybe tomorrow. Anyways, I hope you like the content. If you have any questions, leave them below. Like the video, and until next time, cause some mayhem in the field for me.